and it's 2-all in the first set.
Well, this is clever play because he hasn't looked to do a lot of serve volleying, and yet just taking a bit of pace off here, surprising Kuerten, there's no doubt about that. Kuerten did not expect him to come in and was prepared just to chip the ball to get it back into play.
Advantage, Gimelstoob.
Oh, this is sensational stuff. Great play. And Gimelstoob holds from love 40.
Gimelstoob straight in.
Real rat-a-tat-tat exchanges. Lovely pickup on the half volley. Great net coverage. Well played, Justin Gimelstoob.
Well, he'll be really thinking in terms of celebrating, and with Kuerten, of course, in a little bit of trouble. We're not sure what it is, having called for the trainer. What a time to rub a bit of salt perhaps into the wound, as Gimelstoob did there, saving 4 break points. And really genuine all-round tennis too. Some terrific ground strokes, some very good thinking, and using some of his double skills so well by cutting off those Kuerten ground strokes.
Well, the trainer is out there. Alex Stober, one of the 2 trainers here. Doug Spreen is the other. So just the thigh muscles. Perhaps a little tight. Doesn't seem too serious. Terrific effort from Justin Gimelstoob to hold on to that last service game, staving off 4 break points, and we're on serve 3-2. And this to me is the perfect sort of matchup in tennis. It's the attacker Gimelstoob against the counter-puncher Kuerten. Not that, I mean, that's obviously simplifying things, but Gimelstoob will be looking to attack at the net, and Kuerten will be looking to pass him. Kuerten's had a little bit of massage on his left thigh, serving at 2-3.
15.
Suddenly the ace is flowing for the Brazilian. French Open champion in '97, of course.
Gimelstoob making his intentions very clear, really taking that second serve very early, way in court. I'm sure had real thoughts of coming into net behind it, but just deciding that the return wasn't quite good enough, and of course perhaps just respecting wisely, I think, Kuerten's ground strokes.
That's beautiful touch.
Well, the subtle skills, of course, of a master of clay court tennis, shaping to hit the ball really hard, and then a good play against a man with Gimelstoob's bulk. This is like trying to move a skyscraper after all, 6'5".
40. Again, Kuerten. Three games.
Really good serving from Gustavo Kuerten. He's got his first serve percentage right up. Remember, it was 50%. It's now up to 67. And both of them playing well. It's always nice to have a match in which both men are in good form.
Someone has the ball. Send the ball down, please. Thanks. Send the ball.
Just waiting for the balls to get down to Gimelstoob's end. Last game with these balls.
I was making the point about Kuerten having played these matches at altitude in Bogota and Santiago. He should be used to the ball coming through the air quickly, but not that quickly and accurately.
Sixth ace.
Well, for just a second, it looked as if Kuerten had played a good lob with Gimelstoob looking to be a little slow, and I think he actually misjudged it a little bit. It got a little bit further behind him than he had anticipated. In the end, it was quite an awkward smash, which he handled well. One of those nasty spinning lobs.
Love game, 4-3 Gimelstoob on serve.
Supersport recognizes the achievements of this week's Star of Africa nominee. South Africa's Rana Meyer.
Alex Stober, the trainer, leaving the court for now. No injury timeout claimed by Gustavo Kuerten, just getting some treatment during the 90-second break at the change of ends. 7 games played, that means new balls. And as yet, no breaks to serve.
Well, it certainly makes for exciting tennis with Gimelstoob really hunting down those second serves, trying to take a quick advantage. And Kuerten's got to be on his toes.
Lifted off a length, a bit like Alan Donald, I would have suggested, Fru.
Yes, a cricketing analogy. I think Gimelstoob needed to go and tap the court, just flatten it. It's interesting, the change in attitude by Gimelstoob early in the game. Of course, when he reckons he's got a chance and he wants to get a lead, he's all attention, very aggressive. And then when it gets to 30 love down or 40 love, he loses it.
Okay.
31 minutes, the opening set has taken so far, and if you're a follower of statistics, Gimelstoob's won 27 points and Kuerten 26. A good crowd out here on court number 2, enjoying the glorious temperatures. Not a cloud in the sky.
15.
He's an interesting character, as Gimelstoob. He can be quite vociferous on the court. In fact, one of his very first tournaments as an 8-year-old, he was defaulted. Defaulted for bad behavior, yelling and screaming and acting, as he said, like an immature 8-year-old. And got defaulted, and guess who by? His parents. He was playing a final against his brother, who behaved a lot better than he did, and his parents took exception to his behavior and pulled him off the court, awarded the match and final to his brother.
Oh. Caught it on the end of his fingers. Well, this was his attempt at a catch off the service return. Oh, yes, just caught it on the little finger, very painful.
A little casual, and the great Harry Hopman, the Australian coach of yesteryear, used to fine his players for doing just that, for that very reason. So easy to break a finger. And Gimelstoob, one of these men, like I suppose most American tennis players, loves all sports, a real aficionado of a moving ball.
Still no breaks, 5-4 first set. Yeah, he's a hyperactive sort of guy, Justin. Great fun to be around in the locker room. He's always looking to give interviews. Loves the limelight. One of 3 brothers, elder brother Josh, younger brother Russell. And he spent some time here in Southern California at UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. He won the NCAA doubles championship, so he should have some local support. No treatment at this change of ends for Gustavo. Talking about supporting all sports, Gustavo Kuerten, of course, quite an aficionado of football. And on the right there, Larry Passos in the hat, the coach of Gustavo. They've been together for a very long time.
Well, I was talking about the difficulty of moving a skyscraper, but how nimble he was here. This is a basketballer type movement, really flexible and really good treatment of the second serve. Well, almost as if he had a bit too much time for that, given the net cord and played it just a little close to the body.
We shouldn't forget that Gustavo is not exactly a squirt at 6'3", 1m90. Long and gangly. Oh, again. Lovely thrust and parry.
Well, certainly one of the most competitive matches so far here at Indian Wells. A real delight, and these people absolutely thrilled by this sort of tennis, all court tennis. Both men showing their teeth and prepared to bite.
We were talking about Justin Gimelstoob's brothers. Gustavo has a younger brother who's mentally handicapped, and he does an awful lot of work, charity work, particularly for some of the mental health charities back home in Brazil.
Ball, please. Thank you.
Five games all. We've been playing for 38 minutes. Just a fraction late, the call. Ooh, well, I think he may have been a little lucky with that call. Had to be plumb on the line.
The way he got down to the volley, played it with a pretty flat face of the racket, but really didn't hit it too hard, just using Kuerten's power on the return. Playing doubles here with Richie Renneberg is Gimelstoob. They've drawn the top seeds, Ellis Ferreira and Rick Leach, in the first round. He'll need to volley like that against them.
Well, from the sublime to the ridiculous. One great low volley and one smash that I think even most weekend club players would be disappointed to miss.
Except that it is a pretty difficult smash, and he should know that. The smash off the return of serve. It's not quite like an ordinary overhead. Apology from Kuerten for the net cord. Gentle at times, but fierce at others.
Well, he looked so secure, didn't he, at Seti Love, and that overhead opportunity, and suddenly he finds himself break point down. He's already saved 5 in this opening set.
left.
It was a pretty nervy looking second serve, wasn't it? Needed a breath of wind, I think, to get that one over. Well, he'd been sent a message by what Gimelstoob looked to be doing with the net cord, that is putting in a high bouncing serve and getting in. Of course, he wasn't to know that he was going to do the same thing. In fact, very often there's a change of mind. You feel you've telegraphed to the opponent, you've let him know your ideas, and then you change your mind. But of course, too, there's a bit of double bluff and real chess goes on out there.
Needed his skateboard, didn't he?
I think the anticipation here in the end undid Gimelstoob. Kuerten played it well enough, but there was actually an opportunity to get to that, and I don't think Gimelstoob had thought of that. He expected a much better forehand.
Just not taking his chances. We all know in tennis that many points are more important than others. 7 breakpoint opportunities have gone a-begging for Gustavo.
And when you reckon that he normally takes about half of his breakpoint opportunities. Clever little approach this by Gimelstoob. He meant to play it short, at least it's the way I saw it, and completely outdid and outthought Kuerten, who's expecting a lot deeper, and getting that smash right at least. He gave that one a lot of concentration.
It's not only a battle of strokes out here, it's a battle of sound effects, with the oohs and ahs and the grunts and the groans.
He's taking a bit more out of himself than he might otherwise do, because a lot of missed first serves. Missed the last 6.
Third break point of this game for Kuerten, and his 8th of the match.
So when he's got to concentrate, he might well have said something about the call being a little late.
Finally makes one, and Kuerten moves ahead. And the Brazilians have something to celebrate. Wonderful whipped up forehand coming up the back of the ball. Doing well there to control that very high bounding serve with the return, and there's the forehand pass. And Kuerten will serve for the opening set at 6-5.
The Top Car team drives you into a world of vehicle design, news features, and motoring excellence. Every Thursday, with repeats the following morning on Supersport AM. Get in gear every week with Top Car. Exclusive to Supersport, your channel of champions. Proudly sponsored by Westbank and Continental Tires.
Saying to Kuerten, well, you pass me if you can, and therefore I think all the more entertaining. And Kuerten would be absolutely delighted in the shade, but really feeling very sunny about that forehand cross court, because it's not the best shot in Kuerten's repertoire, and he couldn't have played it any better than he did.
So having secured the break, the crowd now we'll see whether Gustavo Kuerten can close out this opening set. Great atmosphere out here. 6-5.
Stand down the arm because if you play through the stand down the arm, you're not ready for that.
Sixth ace, Gimelstoob suggesting he wasn't ready. Well, that shot wasn't deliberately short from Gimelstoob, but it certainly Phil Kuerten didn't move up to the ball and waited for him to the ball to come to him. So after 51 enthralling minutes, Justin Gimelstoob facing 2 set points. Set 7-5, the first set. Gustavo Kuerten has forgotten. Come on, guys. New rules, you get a 2-minute break now. Don't have to wait, even though it's an even game. First set to Gustavo Kuerten, 7-5.
Just for the next time, yeah, I can see all the stadium moving. If you're not ready, just give me a signal that you're not ready. Because sometimes you agree to play, you know. I agree with you.
Well, the Brazilian fans celebrating. Brazilian football shirts are much to the fore, but a terrific first set.
Well, and I think they can feel a little relaxed, really, because I think Kuerten won it against the run of play. It seemed to me that even though he had all those break points, that Gimelstoob was making the play and perhaps playing above himself. Kuerten, remember the little bit of a thigh injury too, looked not lethargic, but really looked as if he was going to come second best in that set. So I think an outstanding set of tennis And some good resolute play really by Kuerten in the end.
Justin Gimelstoob ruining a set in which he competed so well. Here's the summary. Both first serve percentage just dropped off a little bit, but pretty good stats. 30 winners between them and 26 unforced errors. We mentioned the charity work that Guga does, Gustavo Kuerten, and Justin Gimelstoob also raises a lot of money for charity for children's cancer and blood diseases.
Second set. Gimelstoob to serve.
Very public-spirited of both of them. It'll be fascinating to see if he can stay in this second set. Quite often you find a lesser player plays a really good set, and if he loses it, just slips away a little. Take a great effort for him now to get right back in the match.
Take your seat, please. Players are ready.
He's got to counter the sun more, of course, from this end.
Well, we'll be charitable and say that was caused by the sun.
What's that book that's on everybody's bookshelf? The Sun Is My Undoing?
Don't know that one. One you've read?
I have, a long time ago.
Author?
Can't remember. Louis Bromfield? No.
15:30.
Well, it's my birthday next month, through. You can buy it for me. Yeah, the pressure right on. Beautiful return right down at the ankles, and it takes a great effort for Gimelstoob to get down that low.
Thinking about it, it may well be Marguerite Steen. The Sun Is My Undoing. See if he can counter it a bit more successfully here. Well, it was an interesting play by Kuerten. He had the opportunity to pass, keep the ball low, but put another one up.
Now, where's he off to? Not happy with the tension, so he's going to
use one in either hand.
That would certainly be novel. No, he's obviously got a serving racket and a receiving racket. And sometimes they do have that with different tensions. Whoa, what a shot. He's certainly got the right racket now.
Well, we saw that wonderful forehand to secure the break, but that's equally as good a shot. A very difficult, perhaps an even more difficult shot, but technically Kuerten's so good on the backhand, uses that right shoulder so well, gives him the control.
This.
3 break points saved in this game.
Advantage, Gimelstoob.
Not the time you want to be interrupted on your serve.
Gimelstoob. First game, seconds.
Well, that's a great effort from Gimelstoob, because it would have been very easy, having lost that first set, tight first set. If he'd gone down a break in the early stages of the second, it'd be very easy to have sort of rather faded away.
Yes, I was saying that he and Richie Renneberg got the top seeds in the men's doubles. Well, they should take some heart from the defeat of the top seeds in the women's doubles here. Lisa Raymond and Stubbs being beaten by Capriati and Sellis in the first round, the wildcard pair, Capriati-Sellis.
Oh, there we are. The racket is being sent off for restringing. Just coming up to the hour mark, you can see there 59 minutes we've been playing. Well, he gave Gimelstoob a 5-0 start in terms of aces. He's caught him and overtaken him now.
Well, he's doing his best to disprove my theory about his cross-court forehand, isn't he? And this one perhaps not as sensationally hit as the other, a little loosish, but just as effective.
Well, that's not a bad cross-court forehand either, is it?
And I was talking about him losing a bit of interest sometimes when he's down in a game, like many a player, but hardly the case here. It's as good a forehand and as swift a forehand as we've seen. Well, Gimelstoob trying to crowd Kuerten, but he's obviously not too fussed about being crowded and in a crowd. Seem to have plenty of time, plenty of scope. Of course, one's got to remember, with you saying quite correctly, I think, David, that very often after a close first set, somebody like Gimelstoob, the underdog in a contest like this, may just go down the drain rather quickly. He's beaten Kuerten, of course, in a real ding-dong battle at Wimbledon. And the other match that they played, that went to 5 sets. The other match they played was 3 sets. So he's got a history against Kuerten, which will indeed help. Otherwise, I tend to agree with you. He might well have faded a bit.
15.
8 aces each.
In fact, the year he beat Kuerten at Wimbledon was just 3 weeks after Wimbledon had won the French Championship.
13.
The The score on that occasion, Gimelstoob 163-64, 4-6, 1-6, 6-4. The other meeting was in San Jose, also here in California. That's an indoor event run by Barry McKay, a former US Open champion. And Kuerten won that match 7-6, 4-6, 6-1.
Well, as most people will recognize, not always an easy shot that to play from mid-court. Very often the sort of shot that separates the very good from the good.
Annoyed with himself because he's let a 40-love lead slip away.
Went right through the net, that one.
Gimelstoob facing yet another break point.
I have a feeling after that long sapping rally, he might well look to try and get in a bit sooner in this point. Not a man that often wears a cap out there. The bandana suffices.
Well, he guessed right, hadn't he? He'd covered the cross-court.
Well, he was waiting at the door, but the knock was a little too hard and too loud. Kuerten really just didn't allow him any comfort time.
Having to work so hard for every service game now. Moves back in front in the aces count. 9-8, and you could see that a much slower one that time, going for the angle. Keeps clinging on. Justin Gimelstoob, and we're on serve 2-1, second set.
Looking for a fight.
Looks like he's in slow motion.
You've come to the right place. Welcome to the Fight Club. More bouts, more champions, more knockouts. This is what makes Supersport the most comprehensive boxing channel in Africa. You've picked the right channel for a fight. Supersport. This weekend on Supersport.
It's non-stop rugby action as the Sharks take on the Waratahs in Sydney. Western Province host the Eagles in the Vodacom Cup. Followed by the Stormers against the Brumbies at Newlands. It's Kaiser Chiefs versus the Mbabane Highlanders in the CAF Club Champs. And on Sunday, it's the FM MotoGP live from Bakisa in Belco.
This weekend exclusive to Supersport.
I think at the back it says rules, and if they were to turn around, it says Gustavo.
Yes,
guys.
The exclamation mark.
Yeah, they've got to get in the right order. It could turn up with something very nasty.
Thank you.
Face painting, body painting, one of the great innovations in terms of sporting fans these days. 1-2, second set. Kuerten serving, just the one break of serve in the entire match.
Well, a good lesson in closing on the net by Gimelstoob. Really got in close to the net for the volley there. Therefore, one of the reasons why Kuerten lobbed. Mind you, he had no real other option. Doesn't always look that comfortable on the smash. I think it reflects, too, his serving action. It so often does, of course. What you use in the serve, you tend to use in the smash.
A little extravagant there from Kuerten. Perhaps thinking he was 40-15 up, we could really go for it. And now I bet he's wishing he hadn't.
Well, Gimelstoob showing some real power on that backhand side, a little bit like Kuerten himself, really digging the right shoulder under the ball, getting a lot of weight into it. Well, this was an incredible shot because initially the backhand was fine, but then he almost seemed to play this behind him. Just a little flick. A la Kuerten, too, with a very loose arm. Racket head finishing high above his shoulder.
So Gimelstoob has break point. And he takes it.
Well, would you believe it? It seemed to come out of a blue sky, didn't it? It didn't seem on the cards at all. I just thought that Gimelstoob was beginning to falter a little bit. And of course, at 40-15, that was undoubtedly the case. And therefore, Kuerten, mad as a skunk with himself.
Slight delay because it's a change in the balls after 16 games, 7 and 9, and still worrying about the sun, understandably so.
15.
Kuerten really mad with himself at the moment. He too, I think, continues to wonder just where that break of serve came from. Trying to bend the racket over his knee.
Nice animation on the face of both the players. Extraordinary forehand half volley in the middle of that rally from Gimelstoob. I think Kuerten realised it was coming over the net. Gimelstoob consolidates his break and moves further in front.
Gimelstoob leads 4-1.
4 games to 1. Just the 1 break in the second set.
Nice catch.
Every note, every movement, we'll bring you a full symphony of cricket. Only on your channel of champion.
It's been a good effort, this, from Justin Gimelstoob, staving off break points in his first and second service games of this set, and taking advantage of the only break point he's had in this set. More problems for Gustavo Kuerten. Alex Stober back out there to have given him some painkillers this time around. I think most of the pain, though, is mental. He'll be thinking, well, hang on a minute. I've had 12 break points in this match, and I've only taken 1. 1-4.
Well, in many ways, you can understand his anguish, because we've seen him have treatment to his thigh. He seemed to be really on top in the match. And then suddenly he's a break of serve down, and it now looks as if it could be perhaps a 3-setter, a long 3-setter, sunny, hard conditions, and his thigh is hurting. And as David says, I think the head's beginning to hurt a bit more.
15.
The laughter is Gustavo's reaction to the call on his baseline.
Well, 2 very different backhands. The first where he really had to improvise, and that a real stab at the ball, playing it well out in front of him, but keeping the wrist ahead of the head of the racket. Well, the question was being asked by Gimelstoob of Kuerten here, taking a lot of pace off it. That required good skills on the forehand volley, the sort of shot that's easily missed.
Certainly not holding back, is he, Justin Gimelstoob? Going for everything. Kuerten stops the rot. He'd lost the 3 previous games. Well, that's pretty conclusive. That's one way of getting rid of it.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. He'd been trying to do in his real frustration.
Yeah, that's one for the scrap heap, isn't it? Love game for Gimelstoob, and he needs 5-2.
Don't blink. With so much happening so fast, you'll be afraid to miss a swing, a pass, a shot, a goal, a run, a try, a record, a winner, and the birth of a new hero. All of sport's defining moments will happen in one place. Super Sport. The Standard Bank Cup, where the sun never sets on the fun, only on Super Sport. Proudly sponsored by Standard Bank.
Gustavo Kuerten in trouble in the second set. 2-5 down to Justin Gimelstoob. The number 5 seed serving to stay in the second set.
Well, he keeps going for his shots, and an essential game for Kuerten to win, because he's just the one breakdown in the set, and he's had so many opportunities on the Gimelstoob serve.
of late, 5.
So Kuerten has indeed forced Gimelstoob to serve it out. 5-3 to the man from New Jersey.
Well, each has lost 10 points on his serve, but of course Gimelstoob's a break up. He's won the important points, but what Kuerten has to remember, which is why it was so important to win that last service game, is that he's had all these opportunities. He has to tell himself he's going to do it again.
Well, he's not making any impression, is he? 2 missed service returns and not exactly blistering serves from Gimelstoob. Three set points.
Well, I shudder to think 3 missed opportunities on the Gimelstoob second serve. Shudder to think what he might do to the racket next.
Well, Gustavo was almost ready to walk then. He's far from convinced. But no overrule from Romano Grolotti.
14.
That is interesting because Kuerten, if that second serve had gone in, was going to catch it and concede the point that way. And Gimelstoob missed it. What was that? Third double.
So if he was going to catch the ball on that side, is he going to catch it on this?
I don't think he's going to cash it on this one, Drew. 2 set points have come and gone. So after an hour and 31 minutes, Justin Gimelstoob levels the match, taking the second set by 6 games to 3.
Golf fans, the US PGA Tour hosts the Bay Hill Invitational. All 4 days will be covered live from the Bay Hill Club at Lodge in Orlando, Florida. All the leading pros will be there to prepare for the Players' Championship the following week. Catch all the action only on Supersport, your channel of champions. This golf is proudly sponsored by Telcom Data.
Award-winning entertainment from the World Wrestling Federation. Best costume design. Best choreography. Best female performance. Best performance by a group. Best supporting role. Best vocal performance. Best actor.
Will you give me the honor of being my wife?
Yes, I will, yes.
Only the best make it on Supersport.
Magnus Norman now awaits either Michael Chang, 3 times the champion here, or Juan Carlos Ferrero, one of the most talented young players on the tour, the teenager from Spain. So that happened on court number 4. I think we can come back inside now to court number 2, where of course it's 1 set all.
Final set. Kuerten serve. Thank you. Thank you.
Third and final set then, and it's Kuerten to serve.
Left.
Well, Kuerten knows the character of Gimelstoob, and if he has forgotten, if he has any doubts, he now realizes that the American does mean business. Well, that will really irritate Gimelstoob, because trying to deal with the one Kuerten second serve very aggressively and then taking a lot of pace off the next because of the error on the aggressive shot and making another mistake there.
Just a second double fault from Gustavo Kuerten. Comparatively comfortable service game for Kuerten to begin this third set. Minded that the winner of this match will play either Tommy Haas of Germany or Cyril Saulnier of France. We'll show you how that match finished off when this one is over. The massage from the trainer and the pill seems to have done a lot for Kuerten, because didn't he move well to this? A real pitter-patter of feet, twinkling toes, and terrific control at the end of it. And 11th place. It's for a man who averages just over 5, or did last year, just over 5 aces per match. Kuerten a little more productive than Gimelstoob in the ace department.
Again, Gimelstoob. 1 Gimel.
Had a very good Santiago tournament amongst his during his South American campaign. He won both the singles and the doubles there. Kuerten won 7 or 8 doubles titles in his career.
Something that nobody did last year. Nobody won singles and doubles in the same tournament on the men's ATP Tour last year.
Well, opportunities lost and therefore easy points won for Kuerten. I felt the first service game was a bit squandered too by Gimelstoob.
14. Yes, shut up. Kuerten 2-1.
We're on serve early in the third set. 2-1 Kuerten.
In an Olympic year and in an Olympic capital, more than 540 swimmers from 75 countries will participate in the 5th FINA World Swimming Championships, the last major swimming event before the Olympic Games. The top swimmers will meet their rivals, and the fierce competition between them will live forever in the memory of those who love this sport. For the first time in our history, join us to see how they will fare, only on Supersport on DSTV.
The game of rugby. Unmatched in physical confrontation. Opponents put their bodies on the line as a sacrifice for victory.
Holds the ball up perfect. Superb try.
Be an eyewitness to rugby on a higher level. Only on your channel of champions, Supersport.
Well, an excellent crowd out here on the second court at the Indian Wells Tennis Village. Terrific facility. I think talking to his tournament director of the Stella Artois tournament at London's Queen's Club earlier today, who is over. Tournament directors meetings in White and with Clyde Bernstein, and they were staggered by the new facility that has risen from the desert in the last 12 months. And this match has done justice to the facility. 1-2 final set.
Left. Second.
Well, just thinking of the Queen's Club, there's some talk in the English press about that stately old development that is the Queen's Club being sold. So perhaps they'll have the opportunity down the road to build themselves somewhere in London a magnificent new stadium. Difficult to imagine, no Queens. What would Barron's Court be without it?
Left.
Well, he nearly pulled that one back round.
15.
Yes, it was a good effort by Kuerten, because I'm not sure that Gimelstoob had intentionally played it very short, but it made it just that much more difficult for the Brazilian, having to dig it out. Well, I loved Gimelstoob getting everything right. He had all the time, didn't he, virtually, to take all his clothes off and put them back on, and he seemed to be adjusting them. Well, I think we got it just after he'd made all the adjustments. Made sure everything was just right, in order.
Shipshape and Bristol fashion through living in Bristol. I should say that's Bristol, England, as opposed to Bristol, Connecticut, where our good friends from ESPN are based. So we'll have a slight delay here as they bring out a new set of tennis balls. That's why Justin Gimelstoob has gone to the net. Quite a lot of the players do this. They will change rackets at the same time as the balls are changed, because they'll figure that in the 9 games the tension will have just loosened a little bit, and the tighter the racket is, the more control you have, and new balls fly a little bit faster through the air, and therefore you need good control. 2-all, final set.
Yes, what you really need sometimes is a much longer racket and a much bigger head with serves like that. 194 kilometers an hour. Well, he's lobbed a lot, Kuerten, and frankly, he hasn't lobbed well.
We remain on serve in the final set at 3-2.
Kuerten leads 3-2.
1 hour and 47 minutes gone, and there's the situation on serve in this terrific contest out on the second court.
Well, a volley that belied the look in his eye. He really had them wide open, as if he meant rather vicious business as he was into his service action. Very competitive type. Often a bit more vociferous even than he's been today.
The Brazilian fans in the crowd sensing this is their man's opportunity to pull points from Gimelstoob. Love 30.
First time in this set that anybody's won 2 successive points on the opponent's serve. Well, one of these very difficult ones, and not surprising that there should be a reaction, because the ball wasn't well controlled by Kuerten on the return.
3 break points. It's good. Well, that's a great shame for Justin Gimelstoob. He's played so well throughout this match, but that, frankly, was a shocking game. 3 unforced errors. I wouldn't say the backhand volley was unforced, but the others were horrid, and he has gift-wrapped the break.
Really a bounce in the Brazilian step now. Ready to dance, I think.
"11 aces each." What was the great dance craze of a year or so ago? The Masquerena? Oh, yes. Oh, he's come alive.
Well, who says you don't get flowers in the desert? This is a blooming pretty shot by Kuerten.
Well, that's 10 successive points, isn't it, for Kuerten? And all of a sudden, it's so easy for him. He's playing magnificent tennis.
Well, in many ways, perhaps the beauty of the game sometimes, the unpredictability of it. It happened in the second set, and suddenly in this set, when things seem to be going so easily for the servers, there came a break of serve to love, no less. But as you were saying, all discredit to Gimelstoob, who played a shocking game. But perhaps just the essential attribute of somebody like Kuerten, who's able to concentrate a bit more successfully, point in and point out, than the lesser opponent, Gimelstoob, whose ranking in the world has dropped into the hundreds now in the entry ranking system, 102.
It's been a terrific contest, this, but now it rather looks as if Gustavo Kuerten, with a sudden sprint to the line, has taken a decisive lead, but it's only the one break. And then a slip twixt cup and lip, as the saying goes. First task for Gimelstoob, though, is to hold serve. Talk about a purple patch.
Well, just point after point. He's not quite paralleling the line. That was the mistake by Gimelstoob. The ball always going towards, hit hard, but hit short and hit directly, really, to Kuerten.
Twelfth ace. And a fourth double fault. And it all sets up match point. Bit too much to ask Kuerten to win on his first match point, considering it was a break point. He's had 14 in the match and converted on 2. Gimelstoob hangs on in there yet again. But now the supreme effort. He's only broken the Kuerten serve once in the entire match. The ability to do the unexpected that makes Kuerten something special.
Well, he saw that Gimelstoob was on his back foot here, expecting a hard hit forehand. Wasn't all that short, the drop shot, but he'd summed it up. It was short enough. Well, Gimelstoob trying to scare him, but he's found such a rich passage of play here, has Kuerten. Really now a full believer in himself. Feels he can hit any shot well.
Disappointing from Gimelstoob. Opportunity to get at the second serve. 2 more match points. That'll do it. 6-3. Well, a lovely match lasting exactly 2 hours, and it was just that little sprint, a period of 10 straight points to Kuerten in the heart of the third set that was the difference.
Bonsoir à tous. Bonsoir à tous. Il est 4h10 PM ici à Flushing Meadow. Il est exactement donc 10h10 pour vous. Vous allez suivre en direct la finale de Flushing Meadow de l'US Open 91 qui oppose Stefan Edberg à Jim Courier, que vous voyez ici avec sa casquette. C'est d'ailleurs une soirée 100% américaine que nous allons passer, puisque dans la deuxième partie du soir et de la nuit, quand cette finale sera terminée, eh bien, vous assisterez à l'ouverture du championnat de la NFL avec le match de football américain opposant les Miami Dolphins aux Bills de Buffalo. Bonsoir Yannick, ça va?
Bonsoir, très bien Pierre.
Alors cette finale, eh bien, on a beaucoup écrit. Je crois que il y a quelque chose qui est quand même assez sain dans cette affaire, c'est que ce sont les deux hommes les plus en forme et qui nous ont montré le plus de choses qui arrivent aujourd'hui et qui sont opposées.
Incontestablement, Courier qui a une quinzaine parfaite puisqu'il n'a pas concédé un seul set durant tout le tournoi, contre un Edberg qui a commencé peut-être de manière plus hésitante mais qui maintenant a trouvé le plein rendement et maintenant après cette demi-finale qu'il a gagnée contre Lendl est en pleine confiance, donc un match qui s'annonce très très difficile pour les deux joueurs.
Avant de retrouver les deux hommes, je vous propose tout de suite avec François Pêcheux de voir comment ils se sont qualifiés.
Stefan Edberg dans son 8e de finale contre Michael Chang, un match plutôt facile, 3-7, 7-6, 7-5, 6-3. Edberg qui avait eu un peu plus de mal au début de tournoi, 4-7 pour battre l'américain Shelton et puis 3-7 contre Tarango, 3-7 encore contre Grab, c'était en 16e de finale. Voilà la poignée de main contre Michael Chang. Jim Courier, pour lui, c'est très simple, il n'a pas encore perdu un set, mobile, agressif, puissant, ses victimes dans l'ordre, Kulti, le Suédois, Jimmy Arias, 6-3, 6-2, 6-0, Jarin, 6-3, 6-2, 6-2, et puis Emilio Sanchez en 8e, et le voilà contre Sampras en quart de finale, le score 6-2, 7-6, 7-6 est un peu plus accroché quand même. La suite pour Edberg, c'est du billard, Javier Sanchez en quart de finale, et puis le gros morceau, mais qui n'en fut pas un, Lendl est plutôt en méforme, en panne de service, pas de grosse opposition.